From the Donald Danforth Plant Science Center, HEC-TV, Boeing, and the Danforth Center are proud to present Conversations, a discussion about biotechnology in the United States, balancing regulation, research, and scientific discovery.
Let me ask the first question. You're both in advocacy organizations in Washington dealing with biotech. Do your organizations or do you two interact, mutually support, or go your separate ways in dealing with the legislature, dealing with regulatory agencies, and so on? How do you get together in Washington, as allies or as neutral parties?
Oh, I would say we're partners. We represent virtually all the same companies in the agriculture space. Bio has a much larger additional remit, but that also is, very simpatico with the agricultural interests that we both share. So, but it takes more than just the two of us. There's a village, if you will, of agricultural interests that come together in Washington, D.C. to work for good public policy.
How would you describe the current climate as it affects biotechnology and development of biotechnology? The current, the political climate, the policy climate, the economic climate?
The political climate is generally, if we're talking about agricultural biotechnology, is generally good in the United States. 97% of the corn that's grown for food and fuel in this country is BT corn. It's biotech. Most of the nearly in the high 90s in the cotton and soy. So it's widely accepted by farmers in this country, very quickly adapted, and prized by the farmers who use it because of the productivity enhancement that it gets. But there is a well-organized group of people who are opposed to it. Some of those are in the organic movement. We don't think that there should be an either-or proposition here. We think that we can coexist very nicely with one another.
What's on your to-do list for your organization or for you as the CEO? In some order of priority, maybe, what ought to happen this year, next year, in the future to get where you think we ought to be with regard both to food and fuel?
We think it's an appropriate place for the federal government to make investments, matching grants with the private sector in pilot plants to demonstration plants. And so that's where we've been advocating, and that's very much on our do list, is to get additional federal funds to test out this technology on a scale that can prove the concept and prove the economic viability of it. So then the private sector will say, oh, okay, Uncle Sam has demonstrated that it works. Now we're ready to invest in a big way, because it will take a large investment.
And one of the aspects that's been a tremendous miracle, but again, not very well articulated by us in agriculture, is the accomplishment of the American farmer in selling food for export. We exceeded $100 billion worth of agricultural exports last year. We'll probably exceed $120 billion this year. Not only does that mean, a great market for the American farmer, but it creates lots of other great jobs in our economy. And yet we have some pending trade agreements that the Congress hasn't ratified, particularly for Colombia, Korea, and Panama, that are going to be great opportunities for continued growth of agricultural exports and opportunities for the American farmer to capitalize on that. But we could do more if we had more aggressive activity around prosecuting our agenda for expanding free trade around the planet with our own policy and negotiating additional free trade agreements.
But now, I've been talking about how to get Congress up to speed on biotechnology and technical topics. This shifts it down several notches. You talked about more transparency in the agricultural market. Your agency's created any program through the education system.
Well, we are, and again, that's not...
And you're here tonight.
Just our organizations, but the opportunity to talk to audiences like you all and encourage you to talk to your friends and neighbors and, mention that, we do have these kinds of conversations, that our industry is open to criticism. That's one of the things that I think oftentimes gets us into a political corner is this suggestion or appearance that perhaps we want to give no comment as the answer to a tough question around a tough situation. But we're not, and it's up to us to have to step out and take those tough questions and use the social media venues, because that's where a lot of this debate is going on.